in election terms, a few months is a long time, and so it's very difficult to still call, despite the fact that you pointed out earlier in the program, a very tight margin now between the two candidates, Republican and Democrat candidates. So we do not want to call an outcome, but what we want to do call out, however, is the fact that there's the risk of volatility ahead of the elections, and that could pose quite a lot of trepidation in the markets, particularly with regards to 10-year treasuries.
Indeed, yeah. We've been talking about how, regardless of the outcome, debt's not going away, deficit isn't either. But I mean, if it is a Republican sweep, more likely than not, they could aggravate the debt and the deficit even more. But, more specifically in terms of risks, right, if there is a Republican sweep, and Sri was the one who caught this earlier this morning, Trump now talking about tariffs of between 60 to 100% on China. Did that make you sit up and pay attention? And if so, what do you think about that?
I mean, there is, of course, the element of pre-election rhetoric. That's one point. I think one has to be pragmatic as investors to look at the longer term. Clearly, this has been in the market in terms of speculation, and to the extent that that's priced in, I think U.S.-China tensions is very much on the radar of most investors anyway. So the issue now is to what extent that will be moderated should the Republicans come into power. I think right now for us as investors, we want to take the long view. In fact, take the opportunity at this point to recalibrate our portfolios, to think about the potential outcomes and the impact of that on our companies and the investments that we have, rather than speculate on extreme outcomes at this point. So with that in mind, I mean, we are focusing our minds, as you say, on the sidelines of the CIO summit today, for our investors to really think long term. In the terms of long-term investing, the short-term can be our enemy if there is a sense of recency bias, I think, in the markets today, that, as well as confirmation bias, where we see short-term data and we want to jump into an investment. I think the key now is to look at the broader picture, that we are operating within a new world order, and one then has to really take seriously the concepts of diversification.